What is up, folks? Today we are comparing quick oats and whole flake oats in oatmeal cookies. I'm not sure which is better, so that's why we are testing it out today. Let's take a look at the ingredients. We have our oats of choice: flour, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, butter, egg, vanilla extract, brown sugar, and our white sugar. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. Let's get started by creaming together the butter and sugar by adding our 2 sugars to our softened butter in a bowl and mixing this at a high speed. This is important. If there's anything to take away from this video, it's to cream your butter and your sugar. It's vital to a good cookie. Next, we can add our egg and mix it with the creamed butter and sugar until fully homogeneous. Once this is done, you can also throw in your vanilla extract. Finally, it's time to prep our dry ingredients. This is the flour, cinnamon, salt, and baking soda. We're just gonna mix this up in a bowl to make sure that all of our dry ingredients are equally dispersed throughout this mixture so that when it mixes with the wet, everything is where it needs to be. So of course, the next thing on our list is mixing our dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. We're gonna mix this enough, but make sure not to overmix. Just make sure there's no dry bits of flour left. And once that's done, we can add our oatmeal of choice. This time I'm doing the whole flake, and we'll just give it a quick mix just to make sure that the oatmeal is equally dispersed throughout this dough. And then it is time to get our baking sheet and parchment paper ready for some balls of cookie dough. Now, it doesn't really matter how you do your balls of cookie dough. You can make them big, small. You could do the whole sheet of cookie and just cut them out after. It doesn't really matter. You probably already have your own preference, so play around with it and do what you want to do. It's gonna end up being a cookie in the end, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Now let's get this to the oven, which it'll cook at 375 degrees for anywhere between 8 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven. Now, the important thing is to take it out before you actually think it's completely done cooking, because it'll continue to cook in the pan. And now that we're done with our first round of cookies, we just gotta do it all over again, one more time, with the other oat style, which is quick oats. Now, right away, we can tell there is a small difference between these two cookies. It looks like the quick oats are more of a consistent look, versus the whole flake obviously has the whole flakes of oatmeal sticking out of it. Kind of a chunkier, more rustic look, which I actually think is kind of nice. So, let's give this a taste. And sure enough, I like whole flake cookies, as far as my memory tells me. And it gives me that nice, hearty, chewy bite that I've always enjoyed with whole flake oatmeal cookies. Now, for the twist, the quick oat cookie. Look at that break. It actually looks quite chewy, despite having smaller oatmeal chunks. And to my surprise, it tastes more like oatmeal than the whole flake. And maybe that has to do with the surface area of oats being higher with the quick oats. And I'm pleasantly surprised. It's actually quite good. Thanks for watching, bakers. I'll see you next time on Baking with Noah. Take care.